Hey everyone, this is Florian from Online Tennis Instruction, and today I want to talk to you about the Australian Open. Now, there have been a lot of really great matches going on. I was fortunate enough to watch quite a few of those. I hope you did as well. And what I want to do today is I want to look especially at the Federer-Murray match. I want to analyze it a little bit, see what the players did well, what they maybe could have done better, and then of course we're going to talk about some takeaways for your game. I'm going to try to keep myself short, even though I could probably speak about this for hours. And then I'm going to try to give you some precise, actionable advice at the end that you can take out of this video. Okay, so Murray beat Federer in 5 sets in the semifinals. It was an incredible match, a really high-level match, and Murray played exceptional. I really think Murray was the better player in this match, even though it was 5 sets. In my opinion, it really wasn't that close. Murray could have definitely won this in 3 or 4, but somehow Federer played incredible in those tie breaks and Murray got a little bit tight and Federer managed to hang on, but in the end Murray deserved to win this and deserved to get to the finals. So why was Murray better than Federer? I believe there are 2 main points that separated Murray from Federer, and the first one is leg strength. Murray has incredibly strong legs. He's been working on that for a long time now. And in this match it was obvious that Murray, he could just cover the court much better than Roger, and that was a big edge that he had. So leg strength is absolutely crucial in tennis. If you have stronger legs than your opponent, you have a very big edge. So that's the first takeaway. I highly recommend that all of you that play tennis at least 2 or 3 times a week, that are serious about, that want to improve, you should be on some sort of leg strengthening program. And it can be very simple. It can be, if you play 2 or 3 times a week, it could be 5 or 10 minutes. At the end of every practice session, you can start with your own body weight and then increase the difficulty. But you should definitely be on some sort of leg strengthening program. Now, the second factor that I think played a big role is Murray adjusted his tactics over the last year or so. He's hired Ivan Lendl as his coach, and what we can see is that he plays a lot more aggressive now. And in the past I've talked about the fact that I was skeptic about Murray being able to actually win Grand Slam tournaments because he didn't play aggressive enough. He didn't go for big forehands when he had the chance. He liked to play around, to hit some angles, hit some drop shots, and he was really mixing up the pace too much, and he needed to be more aggressive to become a big hitter. And that's what he's done. His leg strength helps him with that, of course, but he's also very consciously worked on that. Whenever he has a chance to hit that big forehand, he's going to go for it, and he's developed a lot of confidence in that. So Murray's really made some great tactical adjustments to his game that now allow him to be at that level where he can really beat these guys in Grand Slam tournaments and win those Grand Slam titles. On the other hand, Federer, I believe he has not made those tactical adjustments that he needs to make. If we look at the last couple of matches that he's played, even the past 3 years or so, whenever he plays against Djokovic or Nadal late in a Grand Slam, things didn't usually go so well for him. And the main reason for that, in my opinion, is that he doesn't hit his backhand big enough. He's content chipping it or just hitting it back, and then he tries to run around and hit big forehands. But that simply is not good enough anymore. These guys are playing so well, hitting big off of both sides, and Federer needs to make a tactical adjustment here. Now, I believe that he can hit that backhand big. He's just not so used to doing it, and previously in his career, he didn't really need to do it. He was dominating his opponents by serving well and running around, hitting that forehand. And it was good enough to slice that backhand every now and then and to kind of hit it back, solid shots, but that's not good enough anymore. And Federer, I think if he wants to win more Grand Slam titles, he really needs to make an adjustment there. I've seen it a few times when he played Nadal. He would, for maybe 1 set, he would stop slicing the backhand and really go for it. And he would usually end up winning those sets. So he can definitely do it, even though it's a little bit against his nature. Yeah, so the takeaway is look for tactical adjustments that you need to make to get to the next level. It's never too late to change your game. I believe that's one of the biggest misconceptions in tennis and tennis teaching, that you really, after you've played for a couple of years, you kind of have your style and you can't change anymore. We're seeing it right now at the highest level of the game. Another great example is Li Na, who played Sharapova in the semifinals. Li Na has changed certain things significantly in her game. Even from a technical standpoint, she hired Carlos Rodriguez, Justine Nen's previous coach. And they've changed the serve a little bit, they've changed the forehand, and they've also adjusted the tactics. Li Na is now playing with more spin, and she's trying to open up the court, very similar to what Justine Nen used to do. And we're seeing the results. She got to the finals, even though she lost in 3 sets, but you know, great result for her. And she actually said in an interview that she's played the same way for about 20 years, and now Carlos Rodriguez came in and he's changed things that in the beginning she was a little bit skeptic, but now she's playing so much better. So most of the time it really is worth it to make these kinds of changes, to go for it. You just need to kind of make sure that you know what you're doing, you're working with someone that you trust and that you believe can help you make those changes. Sharapova, on the other hand, she didn't make those tactical adjustments, in that match. She plays her style where she stays in close to the baseline and hits the ball really hard and flat. And either it works or it doesn't. That's kind of the way that it seems to me. And I think she could have really adjusted a little bit from a tactical standpoint. She could have tried to take some speed off and get more precision, hit some angles, make some tactical adjustments. So that was very interesting to see. Li Na also has extremely strong legs, so that allows her to cover the court better than Sharapova and gives her an edge as well. So that was definitely interesting. And the third thing I want to talk about is the mental part. Now, tennis, you know, we all know it's a lot about confidence, but how do you really get this confidence? And with Murray, we see now that he has a different kind of belief. He believes that he belongs there. He believes that he deserves to win a Grand Slam title, that his game is good enough. And that changes a lot of things. Whereas I think with Roger, we actually see a little bit of the opposite, where he's kind of losing that belief a little bit when he plays against Murray or Djokovic or Nadal when he's healthy in a semifinal of a Grand Slam or a final. It appears to me that he doesn't quite believe his game is there. He's trying his best, but he doesn't really have that anymore, and that's really important. Now, how do you get that? I think, you know, part of that is obviously working on your skills, which Murray did, but Murray is also working with a mental coach these days that I think Ivan Lendl recommended to him, and we're seeing the results. So that's something that's very important. I'm actually going to bring out some articles the next couple of weeks on the mental game, and then I'll have an ebook as well for those of you that are really interested in improving more on the mental side of the game. So to summarize, 3 takeaways. Make sure you're on some sort of leg strengthening program. Leg strength is extremely important. Also make sure, number 2, make sure that you adjust your tactics whenever necessary to develop your game, really. And number 3 is make sure you work on the mental side, develop a really good attitude. If you have a learning attitude towards tennis, you're going to have so much more fun with the sport, and you're also going to have more success. Unfortunately, a lot of people are kind of really focused in on the winning part, and that really holds you back from making those changes, which can be a lot of fun when you're making those changes and you see that development. All right, that's it for now. I really hope this was helpful to you, and feel free to give me your feedback underneath this video. This is the first time I'm doing this format, so I'd love to hear what you guys think.